And then we start. Okay, today we're going to, first of all, correct the exercises. I have written from Laura, from Iris, and then very interesting. I know it was quite limited, the exercises in minor mode. Yeah. And then we're going to very briefly cover the topic of the inversions of the Treatise minor and the use of the augmented third. Yes, white time. Then now let's see. First of all, I'm going to share the screen to see Laura's homework. So minor mode. This was the homework. The homework was to build the progression with root positions, to use the dominant. They should be correctly prepared, which now let's see. This is the thing. So far so good. The F was prepared. But then where did it resolve this dimension?
Should it have resolved down a step rather than up?
Well, this is soprano. So the soprano goes A, A, B, B. The alto goes E, F, F, G. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, you have an E, which is a tenor, yeah, but the voice itself has to resolve down itself. I mean, the alto should have done the E voice, and then maybe the G on the tenor, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I am not going to say that this is absolutely forbidden. Don't do it. Yeah, this is wrong. Now, there are some exceptions in music, yeah. If you're composing a piece, okay, and then you really cannot do anything else, yeah, and there's a reason why. If one voice resolves this diminished seventh, diminished fifth interval, would be enough, despite the fact that it's not the voice that should do it, yeah. At least it's one voice that, I mean, you hear the resolution. Yes, this is the resolution. Yeah. Now you always have to think that sometimes it's not just the piano. There are voices, separate voices. Yes, that's why we say voices. Because it's very confusing when we're playing the piano has one timbre, one sound, and then as you listen to the resolution, okay, that's fine. You know. But pretend that they're different instruments. So you would hear like an amalgamation, like a crossing. Yes, you would hear the note, but with another timbre. Suppose that the tenor is not a tenor, the tenor is a bassoon, okay, or a clarinet, and the alto is a oboe, and the soprano is a flute. You would hear this crossing of the voices. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, all these concepts are useful later on in orchestration. Yeah, I hope that we can get to that. It's very fun. Fun. Yeah, so clear to everybody? Yeah, fantastic. Now the third, you have the climax, very well done. You have the raised seventh, going to the soprano. The only thing is, well, as I said before, sharp before. You know why we put the sharp before the note and not after? Because we say G sharp. This is a very logical reason. Why? I mean, it's always.
Oh, I was going to say, is it just because you see the sharp before
you
play it?
Imagine that you're reading notes. The first thing that comes, you read and you play as a performer. If you see the note G, you go and play a G. And then after that, you say, teacher, it's too late. You cannot go back and play a sharp. That's why you have to, you need that information before the note. Yes? That's it, you won't forget. Okie doke. And also you can explain somebody, as a teacher, you can explain why when they ask you. Yeah? Okay, perfect cadence, climax, fantastic. Very well done. Very good. Someone has something to say about this? Your series? I mean, otherwise it's very well done, Laura. Very, no?
Did we question? I don't know. Did we have to finish how? With the soprano singing the third is okay? Because I tried not to do that. If I knew I could do that, it would make my life simpler.
Well, I didn't specify, in order to be true, I didn't specify a perfect authentic cadence. I said use the dominant major. That's it. So.
Then okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, I would not. If you use the soprano like a perfect cadence, actually, it's much better. It's much more difficult, as you well said. We're going to do. You know what? Let's go to your.
Because I had to omit a fifth to do that. I couldn't find a way. I tried to look around.
That's why. Yeah, that's why. I mean, but in order to be fair, I didn't specify. Yeah. Use perfect authentic. I just said use the major. That's the other thing I said.
Major.
Yeah. The major dominant. I mean the exactly. Because I knew it was going to be a little bit more difficult. Yeah. But that's fine. Okay, now, Georgios. First of all, we're going to listen to it. Isn't that amazing that for the first time we're listening to something minor after 1 year? So cool. Okay, so you have a very well structured exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, the cadence. From as far as I can see, you have accelerated the harmonic rhythm towards the cadence, so it's a slower pace at the first cadence, then acceleration of the harmonic rhythm to the second, yes, part of the phrase. So, okay. It was a little bit too difficult to make it like a period or like a sentence, yes. But due to the limitations, actually, that you have, yes, forward position, yeah, so it was a little bit limited. Now, the fourth, sixth, second, 5, okay. Now, first I'm going to go to the voices. We have a climax here, very well done. You prepared the diminished, you resolved properly in the voice is supposed to resolve, which is the E on the fifth. Very well done. The yes, sharp. As I told. The other thing is that it's fine. I mean, if you have the fifth sharp here, I think because he wanted to make a difference between the. I don't know if you know or you don't know the figured bass in the Baroque when you put just
third.
Yes, very good. Okay, that's one. Just for you, Laura and Iris. In style, okay, the figured bass in the Baroque period, okay. When you put, if you put just a sharp, it means that the third of that chord has been raised. That's why here is specified 5 sharp, because he said no, the fifth of the chord is sharp. If you just put a sharp, you will say, oh, the D sharp, which hasn't been, would have been a little strange, of course. That's what. Okay, here you explain to, and also, well, very good, very well done. You have the F sharp, that continuously going, sustained, going to the G sharp, which is the correct direction, and finally to the A, and then you finish on the.
Didn't find I couldn't find the way. I was looking around, but no, impossible. How to meet the fifth?
On the first
I
inversion.
could finish on the. That's an accident. That's an accident.
Okay, but you did have. Okay,
No,
finish.
but then I don't have any. That's the issue.
Well, but omitting the fifth, it's not a crime.
I know, but I think that we are not taught that yet. For Schonberg, we have to put everything in the root position. Everything has to be complete. For now, I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm very confused on what are the limitations sometimes.
Well, I see that, and I saw in the second degree. The omission of the certain notes, and Schonberg is clear on this, that everything that is not necessary, omitted. Everything that will mean a mistake or a bad voice feeling, omit. So the rule is basically in the major, the minor, the fifth can be omitted. Okay, can be omitted for the sake of the voice leading. Always.
Yes. Also, that's in general. No, I mean
for the sake of the voice leading, yes. Not because of anything else. Not because.
Also, the second inversion is allowed in the sake of voice leading, but not yet.
Yes.
That's the issue. I'm not sure if I was allowed to do that.
The omission of certain notes, again, to prevent mistakes. Yes. The omission, yes. But is the fifth in major minor chords? Yes. And the fifth in major minor chords. Then when you have the diminished, chords, which one? I mean, anyone. There's a question for everyone. Laura or
Normal. I don't answer that.
Do you remember which note we cannot omit? In the diminished chords.
Third.
It is. Sorry, couldn't hear.
I said the fifth.
The fifth is the one we cannot take. But always first of all, the root. Yes. Let's start from the beginning. The root. Secondly, the fifth. Yes. And why the fifth? Why we cannot omit?
That gives the character to the chord.
Exactly. If not, it wouldn't be a diminished fifth. A diminished chord, sorry, because you need a diminished fifth. Yes. Good. While we are at it, in the seventh chord, I know it is not about triads anymore, but we did see it. If you have any chord, yes, minor with minor seventh, major with major seventh, which note can be omitted?
Did I triple the C? Oh.
To anyone, Georgios, Laura, and Iris, which is the notes that we cannot omit, that we have to put there? Because not the next topic, but then the next one is in minor mode with sevenths, so we have to review. Let's go from the obvious thing. Yes. Okay. Which is a note we cannot omit with the seventh chords. Laura.
I was going to say the third again, but
Well, the third, yeah, but start from the beginning. Start from the most obvious one. Yes, and then
you never omit the root.
Oh, yes, exactly. Very good. Never omit the roots. Good. Now the third, yes, because why we cannot omit the third?
Because that usually like brings the tone to the chord. Because without it, it just sounds a bit empty.
Well, when you say empty, we can be more specific. For example, Iris. Why we cannot double the third? Let me see if we can elaborate on that.
When the third is the one that gives the kind of the chord. So if we double it, that would be
Okay, the kind of the chord is coming around. Let me see, Georgios. Do you think you can be more specific?
What does the third do?
What does the third do? Yeah, of course.
It determines if it's major or minor.
Well, there you go. So let's elaborate a concept between the four. It gives you what?
I will say again the same I said before, character.
Character is another thing. Character is sad, happy.
Anything, yes, all those things. If it doesn't have that, it's not something specific. It could be anything for anyone. You could say mode.
Major or minor mode. Gives you the mode.
Yes,
that's it.
I guess.
Character in music comprises more. It's much more a complex
Yes.
concept. Yes. Why? Because it can be. Yeah. The character of a chord can have the character of a piece. Yes. A section, which comprises a lot of things. Yeah. So it gives the mode. So no. Yeah. So we have the root, the third. The root because it gives the identity to the chord. The third because it gives you the mode. Now, which is the next note we cannot omit in a seventh?
For that, I would say the seventh.
Yes,
no?
because if not, it's not a seventh. It would be a triad. So the only note that we have left,
The fifth.
the fifth. Yeah.
As for the major and minor.
As for the major and minor, if we have a diminished, that's another thing. That's another thing. If we have a diminished chord, it's another note.
The third.
It's the third. Because we cannot do the root, the fifth is diminished, the seventh is diminished, which gives the nature of the chord, third. And that is, I think, why, because you put the second degree in good position, that's why I believe you omit the third. Here it is.
Oopsie doopsie.
Yeah. Now,
should I have done the alto, sorry, the tenor re, and then have this big leap re sol diesis?
Well,
no.
Now you could have done this, yes. Why? Because if we have the intro, yes, and then I'm going to refer to this as well, okay? Because we have a little problem. If you have an interval which is dissonant, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's augmented or diminished. But then you resolve one semitone up, yes, you can do it.
In counterpoint, we're not allowed to do that. You're right. Today we are allowed to do that.
In harmony, you were allowed to do it. Yeah.
Right. You're right.
In category, for now, no. For now, no. Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
At some point, you will. the rule, you're going to see that then the rules, the harmony comes from counterpoint. Okay, so, but at this stage, no. No. Now we have another problem there. So yes, you do have done this perfectly well. Now, oopsie doopsie.
However, I can see. However, it would be impossible to go a step up.
No, it's the same problem.
Yes, but then it's impossible to resolve.
Exactly. Now that's talking about the rules. Yes, I did say that it was, that the course should be in reposition, but there's an exception actually in the second degree.
Yeah,
Diminished.
yeah. I think Schonberg yet doesn't include that. I think he still puts
Yeah,
it
but
in
instead
reposition.
of breaking the rules of how can you get a bass singing this note? Either you have an excellent bass that can sing this note, or you break the rules. Balance. It's all about balance.
It's diminished fifth, not augmented fourth, I guess,
It's a diminished fifth. Yes.
which is better.
I mean,
Something.
then if you have, not the case now, but if you have that note,
But I couldn't.
no,
There are not
I
enough
know,
notes.
of course you can, yes, perfectly good, yeah, but in this case,
So is 4-2 not allowed at this point? Ugh.
but that's
Feel
why
like
that's why I love these exercises because I put you in this position of decisions. Why? Because when you're composing, you also have these decisions. Saying, well, sometimes you get, and it will get more complex because when you add the instruments and what they can do and what they cannot do, and then and then you have to you make decisions. You say, well, I don't know. That's why I'm telling you, it's like, well, maybe you have a bass that is amazing and can tune this like a real live position. Well, you could do it, but if not, you have to break the rules. Bend. Yeah. So
I would have to. The only thing I could do is I would have to swap 4 with 6. 6-4 because we.
that can be an option.
I think that's the only option.
That
Really, I'm going through everything now. I'm going through everything now.
can be an option, yes. Yeah.
Or like a 7th. No. No. That's the only option, I think.
7.
No. If we go to Schonberg, the book, the
Yes.
exercise, because you see
Yeah,
the
he does
examples.
have it, but he does have a lot of examples. Let's go to look. If you go to look. Second, no. Let's go to ta-da! But what happens here?
You can only see the move score. Eh?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. There?
Yes.
So you have the second.
Prepared from the 4th, but is there an example that is prepared from the 6th?
Well, it's the 4 and before that the 6.
But above or below, are there any other examples?
What?
There.
Yeah, but
Okay.
then
What does he say?
look.
But then it's a no. That's a different one.
No, that's why this is not.
Well, but maybe he says correct.
Yeah, it is correct, but
Is it correct? If it's correct, it's correct.
yeah, but you don't have any raised notes here.
But it's the same progression I did. 6-2.
Oh yeah, but he says that this is wrong.
But the second, yes, I'm talking about the first. What does he say about the first?
Here.
Yes, can be connected. The diminished can now.
It cannot be connected with chords containing F sharp or at least temporarily G sharp.
Yes.
So let's try it. F sharp, A and C of the 6th degree cannot be used at all. because of F sharp should go to G sharp, whereas the diminished triad requires a root movement of a fourth.
So these are not these are correct.
But that's why he said the 6, yes, cannot be used in this context
Yes.
because of the F sharp. Yes, but that's why this chord is not going to serve us well, really.
But no, but why?
Because in this case you don't have any you don't have the same progression. You have 6-1, 6-2.
I think he says that these are okay. The second ones are not okay, but for different. That's the problem with the book. It doesn't say where.
No, in this chapter, what I'm going to give you is that he starts like just throw it to you like 1,000 examples, and it's not very organized. Yeah, that's why I didn't go through the whole, all the exercises because all the examples. Yeah. This, for example, he goes through the third. Yes, I mean I have to look at it. For example, in this case, you have might serve you, but the thing is, it has a raised, so it's not the same thing. Because you have a fourth, you have the second, what you did actually at the end.
Yes.
Yes. This is what you did at the end. Not the same voicing, but you did at the end. And then it's correct. Yes. The only one is correct, not 4-6 or 4-7 or even 4-1. Yeah. Because of the voice leading. That's it. When they try the third.
It was incorrect.
Oh, wait. No. Now you have.
Yes, I'm right.
The second degree, yes, is in preposition, but you have the third. That it jumps to the B, the second degree, sorry, that you have the third of the second, they say. That you
the second.
Yes, they got from the fourth.
No, the second example.
Oh, the second example. You have a 2, you have a 6, yes. F, F, E. And then you have the B, D, F, B, but you have the third. The thing is, you have it's completely different voice. And then you have the bass.
The same.
Yes, and you have the bass that is very tuned.
It's identical. One thing I didn't understand well, that I see here, he has a common note, but he doesn't keep it. I thought we have to keep the common note. On the same voice, I mean. They have a common note, B to B, but the B is on the soprano, then the B is on the tenor, which apparently is okay. I thought we have to keep the same common note on the same voice. Am I making sense?
Yeah, what you have to, yes, the voice leading, the main rule of the voice leading is to keep the notes as much as possible. Now, again, sometimes, if you cannot have any more choice.
Right, no, sometimes we connect chords with no common notes. But
no, not yet.
I know, but I didn't know.
It's in the next chapter, Georgios.
I know, but I thought that since we have common notes, we have to keep them. But apparently, not even that. No. That's why probably I ended up with 3 Bs.
Oh, right. Good.
I was thinking, but cool. Now this is exactly what I did.
Yeah, the different voicing.
No, the resolution is different. The 6-2 is the same. And the is the same.
Yeah, I mean, when you say different voicing, is that you don't exactly have the tenor going C, D, B, but the resolution is exactly the same, F, F, and E. Yes, but I'm not saying that it was wrong. I'm just saying that.
I know.
That's why I
wouldn't do that normally. I know, but
I just want to know if you understand the rules, if you understand what you're doing. That's it.
And that's why I told you got the book, because I'm pretty sure I saw that happening.
Yeah, no, it does happen, and also, but always. That's why I brought up the tuning thing. If you have an instrument, you can perfectly do the administrative. But if you have a person that tunes, every time that you do something, try to connect it to real life things. Yes. Okay. If I have a basable tune, well, maybe I can do this. Yes. Never. I mean, the rules always try to apply them to like real life situations. Yes. And yes, you can. And you can bend the rules. It depends on. To be honest, these are exercises, yes, in which, because it's not a piece, in a piece you will have much more parameters, yes, to, let me go to the, much more parameters to deal with, yeah, and then you will say, okay, well, I had to do it this because the voice goes, like I said to Laura, look, if that resolution, you have a voice that is resolving on the E, yes, just know that you could do it. No, you can do it. It's not the best. It's not the voice project, but if you don't have any more choice, well, at least the resolution is there. Yes, and in this case, the same thing. You have a, an amazing bass. Yes, that can tune this. Go for it. This in a harmony is perfectly fine to do it. Perfectly fine. And when you have a diminished, yeah, interval, yeah, it doesn't matter, or augmented, it doesn't matter what, yeah, which is a diminished fifth in this case, and then you resolve up, you can do it, yes, and even it's easy to tune, yeah, and the rest of the exercise is very well done, by the way. Because we are saying no perfect, no consecutive fifth, no consecutive octaves. Yes. So, sorry?
Climax as well.
The climax, no, I already said that. Climax as well. So, very good, Georgios. Amazing. Now, let's go to East. This one. Now, first of all, why green? I mean, I know why green. Maybe that's because it's very low. But it's
Automatic.
it's automatic. Yeah, well, there's a reason why it is. Maybe you have a Russian bass there. I mean, Russians can go even to this note. That one. Yes.
I mean, it wasn't in red. I said, okay, it is low, but
I will suggest grab someone, plays a bass, say sing a D, and you will discover it's more air than notes.
I mean, yeah, but if I put any of those up, then it's like, or okay.
Yeah, you would have a leap in the.
I mean, the mi, la, re.
You put the me on top, no?
Yes, but I didn't know about the jump from.
Well, no, look at this. This is a little too much. From here to here is fine. From here to here is more than fine. Because you have a similar motion. This goes one tone up. This has a leap. This, well, again, we have to see the reasons why. I mean, it's a little bit of a leap there.
Actually, what is the chord?
E, I mean, to be fair, an E is possible. An E is possible. If you put it, yeah. D is a little bit, it's a little bit pushy. Yes. Look, maybe you have a Russian choir there, and then you can do it. Who knows? Yes, they will sing a D, very, even a C. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So you have the D minor. Now, I always say the same thing. When I correct the things, the exercises, everyone corrects exercises. Laura, Georgios, everyone. Even Iris, if you have something. Now, I'm spotting something with my little eye. This is okay. The diminished fifth is prepared from the fourth, then it's resolved. You use the fifth. Remember to put, I don't know how you put this. How you put it? Accidental. No. But I cannot do it with the software. I don't know. How do you do the accidental?
It is the wrong text.
Ah,
Has to
that's
be,
why. You have.
yeah. But you have to,
It was here, right? Let's see.
you have to choose a note.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you have, it is go here, text, Roman numerals analysis, 5, sure. Okay. There. And Roman numerals always below the chord, not above them.
And
Yes, you can, please, Georgi.
I would go with the, and I will go to the next part. I will go with the high E, because these hidden fifths are between bass and tenor, which I think are allowed. But what is not allowed is then we have hidden eighths with bass and soprano between tonic and third. Yes, tonic and third. You see, that is not allowed.
Where is
The
that?
the re la goes to fa fa, but the mi sol. Anyway, the second one, the fifth, have hidden fifths between bass and tenor. I think is okay.
Yeah, no, this we have to talk seriously about this.
Yes.
That's it. When I say I see something, I spot something with my little eye. It was that. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we can, we can bend the rules, yes, but as you said, I can leave. First of all, we this one won't be, that terrible, yes. Although E again is a low note, but it's doable. Okay. Now
But
this, sorry,
D,
no, but look, the thing is, what Gilga is saying is not, the problem is not D, it's a movement.
mm. Yes,
That
yes, yes,
is a problem.
yes, yes.
Yes, it is, because it's between bass and soprano, and the soprano is doing like a huge leap. And on top of that, you have more than an octave apart between alto and soprano, which is currently and forever forbidden.
Mm.
So my guess is that you could do this at least.
But then I don't have a climber.
Let me say,
Two.
it's a little bit. No. And why? Because at least the octave is for similar motion. This goes a step up. This goes a six up. It's not the best climax, achieved in the history, I would say. But at least you don't have this. I mean, this, trust me, is much worse. Yes. Look, let's listen to it first. Now, I am not saying that one day in your composition you will say, oh, but I want the climax of the whole like 60 bars in which the choir has to have an effect, and that's why I want everyone to, let's say, the word whatever, yes, that has all the meaning for this piece, and then we need that dramatic effect, we need expressive wise, if we need it, oh, by all means do it. Yes. That's why the rules apply to a certain extent. Yes, rules apply because we want the voices to be as smooth as possible, as amalgamated as possible. Yes. Now, for dramatic purposes, you want to do this, please do. Yes, it's not wrong. Yeah, but in those cases, yes, and when you have working a piece of a choir, then you have a special, a dramatic, climatic, yes. for now, I don't think that you're prepared to do that. Yes, because we don't have, basically we don't have a text. So for now, that. And then when you listen to it again, let's see how it changes. You see that in this chord now the voices sounded all together. Yes? That's why we do it. It's not other reason why. Yeah? And then the octave of the F between the bass and the soprano. Now it's in contrary motion. Yes, that's fantastic. Now we have, well, this one is fine. Yes. You have the E going to the E, F going to the E, and go to the D. That's good. B resolving to the A. That's fantastic. Now, there was something that I was going to tell you. What was it? A. Oh, yes. This is not the happiest march here. This is the seventh, which is not raised, has a tendency to go below to the sixth, not up. Yeah? So careful with that because you should have gone to the B flat. Now you have there's a problem of a tenth. Yes, that's a little problem. I'm not going to change all the voice because it's now is if I change something, yeah. But remember that which are the rules of the pivot loss in action. Let me see. Start with Iris. There are four laws and three people. Yes. So it was four laws. Pivot. Iris. Throw me one rule.
I'm not sure what.
The sixth and seventh raised or not of the scale. Where do they go? Which is the direction that they take? Which is the directional motion that they take? If you have the sixth and the seventh raised or natural?
Raised. Raised. Going up.
Yes.
Okay.
So you have four. You have the sixth, the seventh not raised, and the sixth, the seventh raised. So start with the, I don't know, the sixth not raised. Where does it go?
Sorry. The sixth raised.
No, not raised, not raised, not raised.
The sixth not raised. Goes to the five. I mean, I'm not really sure what I'm
The six go to the five. They not.
So, okay, then yes, I'm know what I'm talking about.
If you have, look, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, okay? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 6 and 7. Melodic scale, okay?
Yes, I did know what you meant. I wasn't sure.
Let's say in A minor. The F natural. Where does it go?
It goes to the E. Yeah,
Goes to the A.
yes.
Fantastic. There you go.
That's clear. Okay.
That's it. You should have done something in, not in D minor, but in A.
I understand it, but I really wasn't sure what were you asking me about because
the four laws of
yes,
pivot
now
notes. Another one. Let me see. The six not raised. The seventh not raised. Where does it go? The natural.
on the 7th, it goes again to the 5. I mean,
No.
it doesn't go up.
It doesn't go up. Well, that's good. It doesn't go up. If it doesn't go up,
It has to go down.
it has to go down. It's practically Newtonian, okay? Exactly. The 7th doesn't go up. 7th not raised goes up. Melodic scale. Melodic scale. That's why in ascending motion we raise the 6th and the 7th, and that's why it's ascending. And then when we're not raising, yes, we go down. Yeah. Laura, the where does the raised 7th go? What's the melodic tendency?
That goes up
Up.
to the end.
Amazing. And Georgios, last one?
The raised 6th has to go up to the raised 7th.
Exactly, because that's the only reason of its existence.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Now, having said that, thank you. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Bum. Sorry. I'm looking for it. Ah, there you go. I knew you could find it. This exercise. Show of hands. How many mistakes? Melodic. For
So
the
Also
I'll
mistake.
do one on the F sharp,
It is sorry?
on the F sharp, on the 16th first inversion,
Which one in first inversion, sorry?
6 in
The 6 in first inversion. Yes, this one. Tell me.
So the F sharp shouldn't go the G sharp.
Yes. So basically, from the second degree, I mean, from the 6 to the 6 in 6 to the second is fine. It's kept. But the mistake was exactly that the 6 goes, the raised 6 goes to the 5th. Good.
You want to see.
No, there's another one. Come on. The one that discovers the mistake wins a box of chocolate. There's another one.
The Concord.
Yes.
The 3, the G should go down.
Yes, there you go. Georgios is the lucky one that got the box of chocolate.
I took it.
Woo! Exactly. Now, very quickly, we're going to see the augmented triad on the 3rd degree in minor. Yes, we're going to add this one before we finish, because that is going to be part of your next exercise. Yes. One, you can use inversions. Yes, you can use inversions. And then you have to use this chord augmented triad on the 3rd. Its 5th augmented requires dissonance treatment. But in this case, the resolution is through ascent. Why? Because this augmented 5th, that interval, the 5th, yes, is the basically is the leading tone. Yes. If you're in A minor, yes, you're going to see that this is the G sharp, this is the third, yes, the C augmented, and therefore, according to the laws of pivot notes, it has to resolve through ascent. In this case, it's going to sound amazing, the only chord, yes, that can do this job, basically, is the fifth, in a way. Why is that? Because you have to prepare, it's a dissonance, so that's why you have to prepare it, yes, through the dominant, yes, with ascended, with the raised seventh, and then resolves to the one, let's say, yeah. Now, why we can, let's see, why we couldn't do this resolution. So this resolution is okay. Why we can't do this resolution to the six? Or in this case, this would be wrong. So these voicings, at least. Something about the voices. I mean, this is okay. This is okay. This. It's not the happiest. Yes?
Why?
That's why we could do it or not.
Why not? I don't understand.
I think we could do it or not.
Yes.
So the fifth can yes, can go perfectly well to the sixth. Yeah? Can go to the fourth if you want. The problem is this one, yes, cannot go to the fifth. Yeah? I like to trick you, to make you think. So it may get boring, okay? So it may be connected with those chords with which has no common tone. Now this rule, not now, okay? For now, yes, task for next week. Inversions. Now you can use inversions. They would be amazing, yes, because it's much simpler to use inversions. Always a length between 8 and 12 bars, yes, harmonic rhythm, the climax, open and close positions, yeah. So now you're not going to have the problems of the, second diminished, and now the second, most probably you're going to use in the first inversion. Yeah? And then we have to use this augmented third that either resolves on the 1, on the tonic, or resolves on the 6. Yeah? But through the preparation of the fifth, which is the only one. Why is the only one? Because the other one will be a diminished. Yeah? G sharp diminished. Yeah? But if you want to try it. But then you have 5, 7, 5, 3, 1, or 6. Because also the G sharp has to be prepared. So, according to the harmonic rhythm, you could do it. Why not? Yes. I say, look, if you manage, that's wonderful. But if you use a preparation of this diminished seventh, you know that you have to prepare as well with the fifth.